Outboxed Sports, and we were talking about player conduct and trash talk. If you've been watching the NBA Finals, there's been a couple things with ejections, flagrants, and then for the MLB, a few punches.
Yeah.
Punches. Quite a few compared to past years. And pitchers being called that they were intentionally trying to hit the batter. So we're going to talk about what we think about that, when it's okay to trash talk, and the punishments, because some of these punishments are pretty steep, but then some of them might be too light, honestly.
Or some that might be accurate.
Oh, yeah, it could be accurate too. Yeah.
I think the whole Draymond Green thing, and what a lot of people don't understand, he didn't get suspended for that incident with LeBron James.
No.
He got suspended for his incidents in the entire playoffs. Yeah. Granted, the entire season he's been like that, but it was like, that's the rule. I think it was about what, 5? 3?
Yep.
It is, there's 2 different kinds of flagrants you can get. And so if you get flagrant 1 or flagrant 2, flagrant 1 is unnecessary contact, and flagrant 2 is unnecessary and excessive contact.
Yeah, and then he reached the limit for the amount
Yes, he did. So automatic 1-game suspension.
Draymond Green, in a press conference before the season, said that I'm going to make room with my salary that I'm making in the NBA strictly for fines, strictly for me trash talking and getting in fights in games. He set aside money for that fund. And I personally don't like Draymond Green, but I think you do whatever you can. Basketball's a lot more than just putting a basketball in a hoop.
Oh yeah.
It's a mind game.
Oh yeah.
You look at, if I can take away what LeBron James is doing on the court because he's focused on me because I'm in his ear. Oh yeah. I'm touching him all over the place. Like I'm smiling at him. Like I'm making shots in his face. Like that's you're winning. That you want to have a battle.
Yeah. I mean, at one point you just try to do anything.
But I think the thing is too, you have to be mindful of the repercussions. Whereas if you get suspended, now you're letting down your team, and that's not worth that. And then on top of that, the LeBron James, Draymond Green little play where he climbed over his head, which was completely purposeful.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that was complete. There was room everywhere.
It was. I mean, but that's another tactic.
But I'm saying the ball was in play. That is just not the time to be fooling around like that. The ball is in play. Like,
I love in the NBA how when they shoot a shot after the buzzer, they send it back. LeBron James has been doing that all series.
He blocked Steph
Curry
nice
going up for the layup at the end, smacked it, held it right on the backboard. Like, you don't think that's in Steph Curry's head that he's getting manhandled by a 6'8", 260-pound man? Like, he's 6'1", 180 pounds, 6'3", 180 pounds.
I think trash talking is good, but you get to a certain level where like it has to stop. Because if you think about if you look back to the football season, the whole thing with Odor Beckham and Josh Norman, you have a certain level of trash talking, but when you get to the point where you're trying to physically assault another player,
that's
then you gotta calm down. You know, there's sportsmanlike conduct that we all share. You know, you gotta watch out for people's health in the long run.
Yeah, no, the trash talk is part of the fun of the game. So I agree with that. And LeBron like smacking down Curry's layup. Like that's that's not that's what you should be doing. Yeah. That's how you should be responding to people.
Exactly.
But stepping over someone's head while the ball is in play.
I have no problem with LeBron pinning Steph Curry's dunk after the whistle blows. But you can definitely see it boiling over in Game 6 when he threw his mouthpiece and was ejected.
Yeah.
So I think that's exactly like you said. There comes a point where it's not only about making points and making the ball go in the hoop. We're getting in somebody's head and throwing them off their game.
And guess what Steph Curry said as he was walking off the court? I'll see you Sunday.
It's going to be
You don't think that's got LeBron James blood boiling? Like, that's what sports is. Sports is not just putting a ball in a hoop or putting it in a goal. It's you're out there and you're getting hit and you're taking shots and it's emotional. You get emotional on the court.
So to me, as long as it doesn't impact the rest of your team, because that's not fair to be creating
what if it impacts it for the better? You look at the bad boys Detroit Pistons in the late 80s, early 90s. Like Bill Laimbeer was out there not to block your shot. He was trying to take you out of the game. He was like, I am better than you. I'm not the best player on the court, but I'm better than you. I'm stronger than you. I'm going to take you down.
I want to talk about Steph Curry
Okay,
now,
yeah.
if he should be suspended for that or not. We
No.
start.
No.
If
I'm not
Curry
gonna say
should he have been
suspension.
ejected for?
Not ejected.
Ejected,
suspend-
yeah. I mean,
eject-
he didn't get ejected for it. It was his 6th foul.
Yeah.
So, and that's another thing. There was a lot of complaints from Stephen Curry throughout the game about his fouls. When he was blatantly reaching, he should have been called for maybe 8 fouls in Game 6.
Well, Steve Kerr said that 3 of
But-
those are ridiculous, which is why he got fined
But
too.
I mean, 25,000 each for them. I mean, is not very much.
Chump change.
Yeah.
Pocket change.
For
I
them
think people
in their
are
deals,
saying that he
but-
should be suspended for that. But if you look at the precedent in the past, they've only suspended a few people, and those were people who threw their mouthpiece at the refs. The
He's
whole thing
playing
did not
games.
bother me at all. People
No.
in the past have thrown basketballs that have hit fans in the head.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding?
Larry Bird came back and chucked a basketball at Isaiah Thomas in
Yeah.
a playoff game. That's just
Glenn
that's just
Davis threw a seat
emotional.
cushion that hit someone.
Yep.
There's been water bottles thrown. A mouthpiece is like the lowest
Jason
form.
Kidd throwing his
Mouthpiece
chair
is
on the
nasty.
court.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say
Nasty, but it's essentially
Yeah.
like a
It's
piece
just
of plastic.
you
It's a
got
lot of
somebody else's
saliva.
saliva.
It's
on
just
it.
nasty.
It's
That's not cool.
Steph Curry is fine.
Yeah, he's fine. Trust me.
That's just him going back-to-back games in big-time losses to a team that everybody said that they should sweep
Yep.
in the NBA Finals, and that is the frustration that you're seeing out of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and the entire organization for the Golden State Warriors. They're like, oh, shh. Like we're getting our butts kicked.
Can't make it more.
Like,
PG
and
version of
it's
that.
like we need to figure out something. We don't have Andrew Bogut. We don't have Andre Iguodala's having back issues. Like Steph
he
Curry's
looks
like
bad. He
Steph
looks
Curry's
really
like,
bad.
man, I'm really feeling 6'3", 180 pounds right now. Like I'm gonna chuck my mouth guard as hard as I can. Like
Yes,
I already
to
got.
me, I have no problem
already
with that
got
kind of
ejected
display
from the
of emotion, but back to baseball. Like the display of emotion of punching someone in the
Very
face
entertaining
in the middle
recently.
of the game. Jose
Hey,
Bautista
make baseball
got
great
the
again.
brunt
Yeah.
of it. I mean, he got like a very solid punch.
No, yeah, that was a
yeah.
clean shot right out. He dropped. And he's a
I
big
mean-
dude.
I think it's too much because like to waste your energy to run from the guy from home plate to the pitcher's mound just to get knocked out. Like come on, that's one. That's
Oh
embarrassing.
yeah, that was
That's
different.
embarrassing.
That was
Very-
two
baseball.
inches.
That's very
embarrassing.
embarrassing.
That's
Number
embarrassing.
one, and two, it's never that serious to me. Like this being emotional, but if you're really that upset that you got to run to the pitcher's mound to start a fight, then you have a problem.
Yeah, so that the instance you're talking about that is Manny
Machado.
Machado,
and Yordano Ventura,
Yes.
right? We had Jose Bautista and Rovned Odor. I'm not sure if I said his first name
Rudned,
correctly.
yeah.
Rudned, I can't
It's
pronounce
just
that.
too
Odor.
difficult. Cut a slack.
And then we
Odor.
have
Odor
the,
got
punch.
nice.
no,
That was
yeah.
a
That was a
knockout
nice shot.
punch if you're in a boxing.
And that's
ring.
kind of that was like the biggest one from
Yeah,
that. And
I
then
think,
look at what
I think
we got
it's
toned
just
down.
generally just a whole lot of fire bubbling into the surface
Mm-hmm.
in the MLB right now. They're all frustrated. They're like, why aren't we getting as many viewer ratings as we did 5 years ago, 2
I don't know
years
if
ago?
that's the reason for
It's
punching someone.
possible.
No, but
It's possible.
Bryce
It's like
Harper's
people
coming
talk
out
about
and
NBA
saying like,
being
I'm going to be
fun
the one
again,
to
yeah.
change baseball.
By
Like,
having more people punch each other in the face. So that's what Bryce
It
Harper
makes-
stands for.
it-
I
it'll get
hate
me
him
to
even
know.
more.
that's not what he stands for. That's not at all what I'm saying.
No, I
I'm
know.
saying
I'm
that
saying I hate Bryce Harper.
I just feel like there's a lot of emotions going to the surface right now,
Yeah.
and I think that the MLB should be doing what they're doing
Oh, yeah.
and taking them off the field for a while. Like,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
and then with the intentional slides, like if
The
you look at
Utley
Ruben
one,
Tejada
it
broke
is,
his
right.
leg
Broke his
last
leg.
year
Yeah.
because
Broke
of
his leg.
Chase Utley, which I don't want to talk. I mean, we're going to talk.
Well,
I mean,
we
you
have
want
to
to talk
talk
about
about
Chase
Chase
Utley? We
Utley.
can go into Noah Syndergaard, who I give major props
Major
for
props.
coming up and throwing at Chase Utley for what he did last season. In baseball. I mean, it's a precedent in baseball. If someone does something to affect your team negatively, you can reciprocate by either throwing at or throwing around or kind of
Yeah.
doing something of that dirty
Like
nature that it is.
threatening.
Yeah.
But then that's okay. I mean, that's a precedent. But when it gets to the Yordano Ventura different throwing that he's had, I mean, he's had altercations with Brett Lowry of the Oakland A's. He's had an altercation with Mike Trout and Albert Pujols of the Los Angeles Angels. And then he had his most recent one against Manny Machado. I mean, his previous at bat, he threw 2 pitches inside, so you can kind of give him the benefit of the doubt. Say maybe he's just trying to pitch him inside. Then you come back and you drill him on the next at bat. So it's kind of with his history and then his pitching inside back to back at bats like that. There's a line that you cross between dirty and then just tactic.
Oh yeah.
And I think Ventura's been dirty in his tactic.
And then with Ventura too, he got the worst of it. He got 9-game suspension.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is really strong enough.
No,
if you think
not at
about
all.
it in your head, like 9 games, it sounds like it could be a lot,
Yeah,
but he's missing one start. He's missing
That's
one
nothing.
start.
And that's the
But
thing I think
nothing.
for pitchers, they have to establish a better ruling because 9 days for a pitcher, okay, I'm just going to relax I have 2 weeks off kind of thing.
Yeah.
But for a regular player, okay, I'm missing a significant amount of time. For a pitcher that pitches once every 6-7 days, whatever it is,
Yeah.
that's nothing for them. And I think, number one, the penalty should have been a lot harsher given his history.
Yeah.
But also, it's really nothing. He's not losing very much money either in that. So I think the 9 games, like you said, was not fair at all.
If you think about it though, like everyone's kind of like not reading into the intentional hits by pitchers as much. But if there is a 90 to 100 mile per hour fastball that's coming at your head, like that has a huge like more risk for danger compared to a punch in the face.
You
They
hit
have
him
their
right in the head.
helmets, but
I mean, still, that's like we
You
said.
really
The
don't
precedent,
know.
the precedent has been they have the below the shoulder rule, but when you go to the head, that's crossing the line as
yeah,
well.
and I'm saying
So-
like if they are throwing with this anger behind them as a way to kind of freak out their opponent or get revenge, and they do throw completely bad, and if they don't mean to hit someone in the head in the face,
Right,
you
then
really don't
it's
know.
tough. But I think
That's why Syndergaard's
if
is
you
so
want to go
far
back,
off.
that's
Yeah,
exactly
that's
what I
the
was just
reason,
my next
yeah.
point. Syndergaard threw, 5 feet behind Utley, but he got his message across.
Exactly.
And I think he was unfairly tossed for that. But just based off his enforcer history that he had last season, which I respect him for tremendously, and the history that the Mets have with Chase Utley, that's, I think, why he was ejected from that
Yeah.
game. But I don't think it was entirely too fair.
No, because precedent says that they get a warning first.
Right, and there was no
So, no
warnings.
warning.
But I think based off the history, that's where that ejection
Yeah.
came from.
Yeah.
But still, it was a little touchy for me.
Okay, so what do you think is too far? Let's just end with this.
I think trash talking too far is bringing families into it. I think that's kind of where I draw my line in trash talk. But anything else is really fair game. When you want to go into baseball, delve into what's going on over there. I think anything in the head area is off limits.
Yeah.
But if you hit me at 100 miles an hour in the chest after I took out your second baseman, I'll walk to first base and know that I got in your head.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I'm okay
Yeah.
with that.
I think
That's just
that's
part of the
what it
game.
is.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that too.
Yeah.
When it comes to me, I think trash talking, I'll take anything. Sticks and stones may hurt my bones, but words can never hurt me. So I think that's a big deal. But when it comes to physical abuse, yeah, we need to stop. We need to slow that down. This is not hockey. Every sport's not hockey
Yeah.
when you're allowed to fight.
Exactly.
So,
To me, take your rage and put it into
Yeah.
decimating the other
it's good to
team
be.
compared to
it's good to
punching
have
them in the
emotion,
face.
but don't be emotional.
Yeah.
Ross,
And-
Let the boys play.
I like it.
Let
Okay.
it go.
Okay. So guys, let us know
That
what
works.
you think in the comments. If you think punching in the face is too much, or you're all for it and you think it makes baseball more fun. We
Ross.
have a
It
video
does.
coming
It
in
makes-
baseball.
it makes baseball more
No,
fun
it does
for
not.
me.
Baseball
I'm
is
not gonna
already
lie.
fun.
It
Baseball.
feels more interesting for people that aren't big time baseball fans.
Like me?
It's I turn on the TV, I see Odor getting his 10 cents worth. And
Yeah.
I want to see
straight
it.
to
I
a
want to see
jaw. I'm
it. A-Rod and
like,
Big
I wish I
Papa.
could be doing
That'd be
that
nice
right
fun.
now. I would
Too bad
love
they-
to
they would
give
never-
a professional
yeah.
baseball player.
The baseball is
substance.
fun with or without
Baseball's
violence.
okay.
Okay, guys. So let's say that.
Tough.
So let's know what you guys think of all this. We covered a lot. So
Comments.
give us a like if you liked it. No dislikes, right?
No dislikes.
No.
dislikes.
Subscribe.
No
on
haters.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the whole 9 yards. Videos on this side.
New York Knicks, New
New
York
York
Giants, New York Mets.
All New York here.
Sports.
Yo.
Good.
Okay, new videos every week, so make sure you check out our YouTube page for more.
Thanks for
Bye,
watching.
guys.